Forgot. I was already.
Welcome back, everyone. Once again, I'm Megan Houston, Resilience Director for Palm Beach County. I hope today's concurrent panels raised your interests and broadened your perspective on some of our local climate issues. We have a few more speakers to round out our day and wrap up this year's Climate Leadership Summit. Next, I'm so excited to hear from Crystal Bergemann. Crystal is the Senior Advisor of Climate in the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. HUD has been working on some exciting initiatives to support climate adaptation and resiliency, and I'm sure we are all looking forward to hearing more from her. Thank you, Crystal, for being here today.
Thank you so much, Megan, and thank you so much to the Southeast Florida Regional Climate Change Compact for hosting this event and inviting HUD to be here with you all today. Thank you to the panelists who've shared their insights. And most importantly, thank you to the community leaders who are tuning in for your dedication to ensuring strong, sustainable, resilient communities for Florida's most vulnerable residents. I know local communities like your own are working creatively to address the climate crisis, build community resilience, and improve the lives of residents, especially in poor communities and communities of color. So over the past 2 days, we've heard from dozens of inspiring leaders about advancing climate resilience, from innovations in climate smart agriculture to the power of youth-led climate action. So we at HUD appreciate your partnership as we work together for the future of our planet. This administration is calling on every part of the American government to help shape our nation's response to the climate crisis. And at HUD, we understand the ongoing threat presented by climate change, because climate change is hurting the people we serve. Climate change and COVID-19 have created a convergence of crises and deepened long-standing inequities that will leave tens of millions of Americans struggling to access affordable, energy efficient, and resilient housing. And we know that the most vulnerable among us are most likely to suffer as a result of climate change. For too long, Americans of color have been forced to live in areas that are disproportionately impacted by climate change, like flood zones that leave these communities exposed to extreme weather. People of Hispanic and Latino descent are roughly 50% more likely to live in communities threatened by coastal flooding that's made worse by climate change. Tribal communities along the coastlines of Maine, Alaska, the Pacific Northwest are already facing some difficult choices involving moving from their ancestral homelands due to severe erosion, inundation related to climate change. And scientists at EPA have found that Black people are 54% more likely to live in neighborhoods where the air is poisoned by pollution. We know that storms will grow more severe as a result of climate change, and damages from extreme weather events have been shown to increase wealth inequality. Despite all of these challenges that we face, we know this summit shows us that now is a time for hope, for action, because tackling the climate crisis presents an incredible opportunity for our nation to build more resilient, equitable, and inclusive communities and quality, affordable homes for all. Our climate crisis demands that every one of our communities take swift, intentional, and decisive action to advance climate justice. President Biden understands that we must first take strong action at home, actions that help every American enjoy the benefits of a resilient 21st century clean energy economy. As HUD's senior advisor, I'm proud to help lead our agency's effort to forge a cleaner and more resilient future. Each month, HUD helps roughly 4.5 million families with their housing payments, in addition to providing more than $1.3 trillion in mortgage insurance for single-family homes, multifamily residents, along with insurance for things like hospitals and healthcare facilities. And each year, HUD-supported properties produce roughly 14 million metric tons of carbon emissions. We also play a critical role in helping communities respond to the most devastating disasters and mitigate the impacts of natural disasters before they strike. That means our agency can play a major part in helping the United States meet the president's ambitious climate goals, and that's what we intend to do. So I'm pleased to share that HUD has recently released a comprehensive climate action plan. That plan outlines the actions we will take to reduce our agency's energy and carbon footprint, build resilience to climate change, and address environmental injustices. It will give local leaders throughout America the resources they need to build more equitable, efficient, resilient housing in their own communities, housing that meets the needs of the most vulnerable residents. So the strategies contained in our climate action plan are holistic and they are ambitious. They are about embracing green design, building standards in projects that produce new housing units, or about retrofitting older ones. This includes continuing to work with private sector leaders and our partners at the Department of Energy on multifamily buildings. We'll also ensure that America's homes are healthier and more resilient by installing more energy efficient appliances, improving insulation, heating, and ventilation systems to address extreme temperatures. We'll also advance environmental justice, build more sustainable housing and infrastructure in historically underserved communities, including tribal nations. We'll further the mission of the President's Justice 40 initiative that aims to ensure disadvantaged communities receive at least 40% of the benefits created by federal investments in climate and clean energy. HUD will also emphasize equity across all of our climate-related work. This includes our efforts to deliver vital resources to communities who are rebuilding from natural disasters. During the past 3 decades, our agency has awarded over $90 billion in federal disaster recovery and resilience funds through our community development block grants for disaster recovery and mitigation. Just this month, HUD allocated more than $2 billion in communities in 10 states, including the state of Florida, who have suffered from a wide range of extreme weather events. HUD is also building our resource library to help better support communities working to increase their resilience to climate change. We've released a community resilience toolkit to help grantees learn about actions they can take to build resilience and adapt to natural hazards like extreme heat and coastal flooding. We're also developing implementation guides that will offer step-by-step instructions on how to use HUD funding to undertake specific climate resilience actions, including cool roofs, nature-based solutions to address extreme heat and flood risk. Additionally, we'll publish a citizen participation and equitable engagement toolkit to help grantees effectively and meaningfully engage with community members throughout the life of a grant. HUD is deeply committed to ensuring our climate justice efforts are focused on the guiding principle of equity. We will ensure that those in the greatest need of assistance are the first to receive it and that they get their fair share. So I want to close just by highlighting one last thing that I've been reminded of during the summit, and that is that achieving climate justice truly is a team effort. The importance of partnership at all levels cannot be understated. Partnership across scales and sectors provides additional resources that communities need to tackle climate change, foster innovative solutions to the climate crisis, and push us to think more deeply about systemic inequality. HUD would not be able to achieve our mission or address the climate crisis without the partnership of state, local governments, nonprofit organizations, organizations like home builders, and of course, local communities. And we stand ready to partner with each and every person who is watching, listening today to embark together on perhaps one of the most important endeavors of our lifetime. So thank you again for all that you do to build more resilient, equitable communities across Southeastern Florida and beyond. Thank you.
Thank you, Crystal. It's so important for all of us to realize the connections between initiatives like climate resiliency, affordable housing, urban development, and we totally echo your commitment to partnerships and realizing that that is just essential for making meaningful change. These are community-wide issues, and we have to break down silos between departments to solve these problems. Next, we will have Commissioner Beam Furr representing Broward County District 6, which represents parts of Hollywood, Hallandale Beach, and Pembroke Pines. Commissioner Furr, thank you for being with us today. I'll turn it over to you now.
Thank you, Megan. I really appreciate it. And before I make my announcement, I just want to thank you, your staff, your colleagues, and the leadership in Palm Beach, all the compact partners, the summit sponsors, the panelists, speakers, for all the time and effort that went into really a great event. You guys persevered through a hurricane, COVID, and you came out strong. So thank you so much. And without fail, each year's hosts county kind of improves upon the past year's summit somehow and raises the stakes for future hosts like Broward County. And I think it's safe to say that Palm Beach County did just that this year. And your success is even more extraordinary given the challenges of hosting a virtual event. So congratulations, job well done. And now you can breathe a sigh of relief, I think. So with the 2021 summit, let me share this real quick. With the 21 summit now at its close, it is my great pleasure and privilege to announce that the 14th annual Southeast Florida Regional Climate Leadership Summit will be held almost exactly a year from now, December 8th and December 9th. That's Thursday and a Friday as well. 2022 at the newly renovated Broward County Convention Center in Fort Lauderdale. So we look forward with great optimism to holding the summit in person after 2 years of virtual convenings. And you can help us by making sure you get your shots, you get vaccinated, make sure everybody else is, and that'll help us make sure we have a full event. We're all in this together, not only with the pandemic, but with the climate change as well, and I'm optimistic that we can succeed at both. So once again, congratulations to Palm Beach County and all its partners for making this 2121 Compact Summit an excellent and a memorable event. And I wish everyone a happy, peaceful, and healthy holiday session, and we will see you next year in Broward County. So I'm gonna turn it back over to Megan. Thanks again, Megan. Great job.
Thank you, Commissioner. We also look forward to being in Broward County in person next year and are looking forward to the Climate Summit. So at this point, it's my great pleasure to turn us over to Palm Beach County's Administrator, Virginia Baker. We heard from her earlier this morning, and she will be closing out remarks today. So I'm happy to turn it over to our County Administrator. Thank you so much, Ms. Baker.
Thank you. I am so excited about the combination of Southeast Florida's climate change compact and all of the participants. This year, we focused on seizing the moment together. Only by working together and forming robust partnerships will we continue to tackle climate change adaptation and mitigation issues, and do so in a way that is equitable and just for all. I know we all learned a lot these past 2 days, and I look forward to incorporating this knowledge into future county and regional work. You heard the administrators talk about earlier today how we work together for the betterment of our region, and so we will continue to do so. Collaboration is key to success in addressing this major threat. I must start with the thank yous, and I want to thank all of our elected leaders, our keynote speakers, and distinguished panelists. We appreciate the thoughts and perspectives of our experts in these fields. I don't know about you, but our student panel on yesterday left me with the confidence this world will be in good hands in the future. That was an outstanding panel by our youth. A special thank you to our sponsors for making this such a successful summit. Our sponsors, Jacobs, the Volo Foundation, Florida Power and Light, WSP, the City of West Palm Beach, Cummins and Cedarburg, Hazen and Sawyer, Echo Adapt, Miami-Dade County, Wood, and the Nature Conservancy. Sponsors, again, thank you, and we look forward to working with you in the future. I'd like to say thank you to our Climate Compact colleagues, municipalities, and the outstanding staff of Palm Beach County, Team PBC. An enormous thank you to our Palm Beach County Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Commissioners for your support in actively participating in this event, assisting in securing keynote speakers, and sharing with us your perspectives on why climate change matters to you and residents in your district. Thank you to my colleague, our colleague, and dear friend, Bertha Henry, County Administrator for Broward County, who is retiring early next year, for being a great partner with whom to work on all matters related to the improving the lives of our residents, not only in Broward, but the region, the state, and the nation. We're going to miss your leadership and your sass, but enjoy a well-deserved, healthy, and fun-filled retirement, Bertha. We will truly miss you. Finally, thank you to our attendees for joining us over the last 2 days, asking your insightful questions and inspiring us all to continue working to make South Florida a more resilient, equitable place we call home. Thank you again. The 13th Annual Climate Leadership Summit recording will be available on the Compact website and Palm Beach County's website. Once again, Palm Beach County and the Southeast Florida Regional Climate Change Compact, thank you for your participation in this year's successful Climate Leadership Summit. See you next year in Broward County.